that goes on. And I'm not taking back all the deeds that I've done. There's a lot that we did wrong, looking back on all of the shit we've done. I cannot believe that it's been so long, that we're in the eye of the needle. When you don't like or love me, I breathe it all out, then I breathe in. When there is no way back in, and we are the eye of the needle. I breathe it all out, then I breathe in. We are the eye of the needle. I breathe it all out, then I breathe in. And we are the eye of the needle. Just breathe it out, then breathe in. When we're in the eye of the needle. So breathe it all out, then breathe in. 'Cause we're in the eye of the needle. When you don't like or love me, then I'll face the eye of the needle. I breathe it all out, then I breathe in. We're the eye of the needle. We are the eye of the needle. I breathe it all out, then I breathe in. I breathe it all out, then I breathe in. Breathe it all out. We are the eye of the needle. I'm biding my time, I hope that it ain't so. Facing the truth, the eye of the needle. And even if we're not solving this riddle, there's no taking back all the deeds that we've done. There's a lot that we did wrong, looking back on all of the shit we've done. I cannot believe that it's been so long, that we're in the eye of the needle. When you don't like or love me, I breathe it all out and I breathe in. When there is no way back in, and we are the eye of the needle. I breathe it all out, then I breathe in. We are the eye of the needle. I'm biding my time, I know the way this goes. I try to stand tall with nothing to lean on. All quiet and still, an echo that goes on. And I'm not taking back all the deeds that I've done. There's a lot that we did wrong, looking back on all of the shit we've done. I cannot believe that it's been so long, that we're in the eye of the needle. When you don't like or love me, I breathe it all out, then I breathe in. When there is no way back in, and we are the eye of the needle. I breathe it all out, then I breathe in. We are the eye of the needle. biding my time, I hope that it ain't so. Facing the truth, the eye of the needle. And even if we're not solving this riddle, there's no taking back all the deeds that we've done. There's a lot that we did wrong, looking back on all of the shit we've done. I cannot believe that it's been so long, that we're in the eye of the needle. When you don't like or love me, I breathe it all out and I breathe in. When there is no way back in, and we are the eye of the needle. I breathe it all out and I breathe in. We are the eye of the needle. I'm biding my time, I know the way this goes. I try to stand tall with nothing to lean on. All quiet and still, an echo that goes on. And I'm not taking back all the deeds that I've done. There's a lot that we did wrong, looking back on all of the shit we've done. I cannot believe that it's been so long, that we're in the eye of the needle. When you don't like or love me, I breathe it all out, then I breathe in. When there is no way back in, and we are the eye of the needle. I breathe it all out, then I breathe in. We are the eye of the needle. I breathe it all out, then I breathe in. We are the eye of the needle. Just breathe it out, then breathe in. Needle. When you don't like or love me, then I'll face the eye of the needle. I breathe it all out, then I breathe in. We're the eye of the needle. We are the eye of the needle. I breathe it all out, then I breathe in. I breathe it all out, then I breathe in. Breathe it all out. We are the eye of the needle. Facing the truth, the deeds that we've done. There's a lot that we did wrong, looking back on all of the shit we've done. I cannot believe that it's been so long, that we're in the eye of the needle. When you don't like or love me, I breathe it all out and I breathe in. When there is no way back in, and we are the eye of the needle. I breathe it all out, then I breathe in. We are the eye of the needle. I'm biding my time, I know the way this goes. I try to stand tall with nothing to lean on. All quiet and still, an echo that goes on. And I'm not taking back all the deeds that I've done. There's a lot that we did wrong, looking back on all of the shit we've done. I cannot believe that it's been so long, that we're in the eye of the needle. When you don't like or love me, I breathe it all out, then I breathe in. When there is no way back in, and we are the eye of the needle. I breathe it all out, then I breathe in. We are the eye of the needle. I breathe it all out, then I breathe in. We are the eye of the needle. Just breathe it out, then breathe in. When we're in the eye of the needle. So breathe it all out, then breathe in. 'Cause we're in the eye of the needle. When you don't like or love me, then I'll face the eye of the needle. I breathe it all out, then I breathe in. We're the eye of the needle. We are the eye of the needle. I breathe it all out, then I breathe in. I breathe it all out, then I breathe in. Breathe it all out. We are the eye of the needle. I'm biding my time, I hope that it ain't so. Facing the truth, the eye of the needle. And even if we're not solving this riddle, there's no taking back all the deeds that we've done. There's a lot that we did wrong, looking back on all of the shit we've done. I cannot believe that it's been so long, that we're in the eye of the needle. When you
Good evening, folks. We're coming to you live from Gor Kertajaya in Surabaya, Indonesia, for another live and exclusive coverage of your ASEAN Basketball League. We have a great matchup for you guys tonight as the home squad, the CLS Knights Indonesia, will try to bounce back against the visiting San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. Good evening once again, ABL fans. My name is Martin Javier, together with Marco Benitez, breaking this down for you guys. Marco, good evening and welcome to the coverage.
Good evening, Martin, and good evening to everybody watching here, the ASEAN Basketball League fans. And as you mentioned, it's going to be an exciting matchup as San Miguel Alab Pilipinas looks to extend their 6-game winning streak, while the CLS Knights of Indonesia are still trying to catch up to the number 6 spot, just 3 wins away from the number 6 spot.
So just to reiterate how important this game is, 3-9 CLS Knights Indonesia will try to climb up to that 6th and final spot and catch up on the Saigon Heat. Alab Pilipinas, on the other hand, as you will see in our team standings here, at 9-4, still looking to snatch or sneak in to that 2nd position.
And this is going to be the second of 4 matchups between these two teams being in the same group. CLS Knights still very capable of catching up the Saigon Heat. Right now, Saigon Heat's record is at 6-6 because of their win today. So there's 3 games away, while San Miguel Alab Pilipinas still with a chance to go up to even that number 2 spot, Martin, because Chongson and Hong Kong will still be playing each other 4 times. So one of those teams will come away with at least 2 more losses, and still very capable are the San Miguel Alab Pilipinas players of catching up.
Like you mentioned, 3-9 is going to be an important matchup. 2nd of 4 matchups this season. And last one here in Gorkota Jaya before we shift back to the Philippines between these two teams. But in their previous contest, CLS Knights lost to Chongson Kung Fu big on the road. San Miguel Alab Pilipinas scoring that big home win against Mono Vampire.
Well, Freddy Leach really came up big, 29 points, 13 of 21 from the field. They were underhanded in that game. No Brian Williams, no Keith Jensen, so he really had to step up. For San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, Ronaldo Bogman coming up big, 31 points, 13 rebounds. I believe also had 7 steals in that game against Mono Vampire squad, really stamping or getting solo 3rd spot, helping San Miguel Alab Pilipinas get that solo 3rd spot was Ronaldo Bogman.
So again, that game against Chongson Kung Fu that broke the winning streak, a 2-game winning streak of the CLS Knights Indonesia. On the other hand, that win against Mono Vampire extended the winning streak to 6 for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. As we take a look at our first matchup here, both world imports, Brian Williams and Justin Brownlee, both of these players are going to be big tonight for their respective teams.
Well, Brian Williams likes to operate inside, one of the best rebounders here in the ABL, while Justin Brownlee has been the key spark for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. See his numbers, 22, 9, and 6 assists per ball game.
Great matchup at the guard position that is coming up next. Brian Williams, of course, looking to hold his own against Justin Brownlee. But our next matchup here, Heritage Import for the CLS Knights Indonesia, or at least one of them, Freddie Leash, to go head-to-head with Bobby Ray Parks Jr., the reigning local MVP of the ASEAN Basketball League, and a great matchup at the guard position.
Well, almost equal in terms of numbers, very similar. Freddie Leash and Mario Huisang, really the motors of this squad for the CLS Knights. Well, for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, that is going to be the key for them. If Bobby Ray Parks, Josh Urbistondo, and the other guards of San Miguel Alab Pilipinas can stop the playmaking of Leash and Huisang, while Shane Edwards, Ronaldo Bogman also going to be matched up as swingmen, 22 and 10 for Edwards, 21 and 11 for Ronaldo Bogman.
There you go. Great matchup here. Shane Edwards, a solid go-to guy now for CLS Knights Indonesia. But let's talk about the world import, the reigning world import of the week for the ASEAN Basketball League, Ronaldo Bogman. Here are his averages so far in this season. Reigning world import of the week, and he duplicated that effort against Mono Vampire with 31 and 13.
Well, Ronaldo Bogman really hurts you so many ways if you're the opposing team. He can hurt you from the outside. He can also take your big man inside the paint. So very high basketball IQ forward. Really one of the keys for Alab.
Let's leave the discussion there and let's go to our team announcer for the team presentations. Back inside Gor Kertajaya here in Surabaya, Indonesia. And you guys met the starting five for both of these squads. For San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, Lawrence Domingo starting tonight. I think this is one of his first starts this season, first or second start this season. On the other side, CLS Knights Indonesia will be getting back Keith Jensen and Brian Williams there at the starting five, Marco.
What is going to be crucial here for the CLS Knights is how strong they start this first quarter. Remember, in their first meeting this season, San Miguel Alab Pilipinas started out strong, 15-6 start for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. Although for CLS Knights, it was Mario Wuisang who starred for them, had 9 points in the first quarter. San Miguel Alab Pilipinas will look to defend the perimeter because they know Wuisang and later on Freddy Leash off the bench will be the keys. Also, Sandy Kurniawan will be very critical here for CLS Knights because he has been in his slump as of late, had 19 points in their first matchup against San Miguel Alab Pilipinas.
There you go. Coach Jimmy Alapag for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, prepping his players up. Bobby Ray Parks Jr., reigning local MVP, also has picked up his scoring. Although he only had 10 points in their previous game, Bobby Ray Parks slowly getting more comfortable to the role he has to be in for this particular squad. And Coach Coco Nugroho, of course, despite the struggles, there's still a glimmer of hope for CLS Knights to reach the playoffs of season number 8. As we begin the game here, first possession goes to the CLS Knights Indonesia. Marco, keys off the game here for both teams.
Well, for CLS Knights, of course, their perimeter scoring, both Wuisang, Sandy Kurniawan as Mario Wuisang scores that first basket. Keith Jensen and as well as Shane Edwards will have to score from the perimeter to open up things up for Brian Williams. You know he's one of the best operators inside the paint, one of the best rebounders as well. While for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, their perimeter defense, and they also want to control the tempo. They want to prevent the CLS Knights from getting a lot of baskets off turnovers like that one. Off a miss, Mari Wuisang leading the break. Almost a dunk there for Shane Edwards.
Oh, the pass on the break for Uncle Ro, Mario Wusang. And Shane Edwards, his first trip to the free throw line here. Shane Edwards limited to 14 points against Chongson Kung Fu, also one of the top defensive teams in the league.
And right now it is Lawrence Domingo who picked up Shane Edwards on their first defensive sequence. So it looks like Coach Jimmy Alapag will try to preserve Justin Brownlee and Ronaldo Balkman. Balkman is the one picking up Brian Williams, while Brownlee is picking up a local player. I believe it is Sandy Kurniawan.
Shane Edwards replaced the Corey Jones a couple of games ago, 3 games ago for the CLS Knights Indonesia.
And it was Corey Jones who was the world import of CLS when they first matched up against San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. Biggest lead of Alab that game was 15 points.
Balkman short on a jumper, 0 out of 2 to start this game. CLS Knights, a very dangerous team at home. Off to a great start here, and they continue that. Shane Edwards, good a hoop.
And you see the versatility of Shane Edwards, also capable of shooting from the outside. That's why Lawrence Domingo forced to come out hard, but also likes to take it strong to the basket, as we saw on that possession.
Quick 5-0 start here for CLS. They go to Bobby Ray Parks at the post, fouled by Sandy Kurniawan.
We've seen Alab Pilipinas go to this type of set with Bobby Ray Parks at the post, testing the defense of the opposing perimeter player. This time it's Sandy Kurniawan. We know Bobby Ray Parks, a respectable post player, but also a very unselfish one. So he will find the open man.
But this time, he will do it himself. Ray Parks scores the first 2 points for Alab Pilipinas.
And with Sandy Kurniawan focused on playing defense against Bobby Ray Parks, that's going to take away a bit of his energy from playing great offense on the other end of the floor.
Here's Wusang in a great matchup against Josh Urbistondo. Wusang with the ball. Crossover, foul called.
That's going to be a hand check foul on
the fireball,
Urbistondo.
yeah.
2 of the more veteran guards we have here in the ASEAN Basketball League.
All right, 5-2. Almost 2 minutes gone here in the first. CLS in command, Brian Williams. Loses the ball, but our referee says it's
And if I'm Ronaldo
touch.
Balkman, that's okay. Brian Williams taking the 3-point shot. I'm going to live with that all evening long.
Here's Jensen. He can hit that in and out on his first try tonight.
And that is the one that I will defend better against, because Jensen was able to hit that 3-point shot, had 18 points in his debut game.
Could be the solid 3-and-D guy for Coach Coco Nugroho. And the CLS Knights, Ray Parks takes the jumper and knocks down that mid-range J. Ray Parks off to a great start as well.
Same play run for Bobby Ray Parks, but this time Parks fronted the basket as he saw that help defense from Brian Williams, pulled up from about 8 feet.
5-4 now. Quick recovery by San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. CLS. They will go to Brian Williams. The baseline J is good.
First couple of possessions, Balkman is going to give him that shot, but if he can hit it consistently, it's going to force Balkman to come out.
Brownlee on the catch and shoot. The trifecta is good for Justin Brownlee here, 7-all.
And that's a good sign there for Coach Jimmy Alapag as Shane Edwards answers right back.
We have a shootout here early in the first. Both CLS and Alab hop off to a great start. Urbistondo from straight away knocks it down.
And there you see the unselfishness of Bobby Ray Parks. Sense the double coming, immediately kicks out to a wide open Urbistondo, who shoots it at about 43% from downtown.
First taste of the lead for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas at Edwards. Or as Edwards misses the jumper, hustle for the basketball. Keith Jensen tried to get it back for CLS, but possession will go to San Miguel Alab Pilipinas.
And he gets the appreciation from the crowd who are in the game early. That's how important a strong start is here for CLS. Get your crowd in early. We know this is one of the hardest venues to play in if you're a visiting team because of the energy and the passion of this crowd.
CLS has played all close games here at home. Nice pass inside. Lawrence Domingo underneath.
And that is what is underestimated from Justin Brownlee, one of the best passers as well from the world imports.
There's a miss from CLS. Urbistondo, the extra pass. Ray Parks from the corner. Too strong. Brownlee gets the rebound. Urbistondo fires. Too strong again. Couple of misses there from the three-point area for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. Ball will go to CLS.
Heat check there for Urbistondo. But, second chance points, Martin. That was one of the advantages of San Miguel Alab Pilipinas in their last game.
12-9 now. And San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, rightfully so, is one of the top rebounding teams in the league as well, as Keith Jensen scores on the layup.
That's a nice cut there from Jensen. Passer, normally one of the most dangerous players after the pass. Nice give and go from Shane Edwards.
Tip doesn't work. Brownlee from the outside. Second three-point bomb off the game for Mr. Brownlee.
And Lawrence Domingo making that shot possible. Offensive rebound. Tapping it out to Brownlee from the same spot.
15-11 now for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. Almost a steal there for Urbistondo. CLS will recover. Mario. Ball stolen by Balkman. Balkman on the move. And he will lay it in transition, Ronaldo Balkman.
Ronaldo Balkman averages about 3 steals per game. Those long hands, great timing, allowing him to pick off Mario Buisan.
Timeout here. Alab Pilipinas in the lead early here in the first European Basketball League. We'll return after this. Take a look at this play. Great two-man game between Shane Edwards and Keith Jensen there for the 2 points. One more time.
That's what coaches tell the passers. Normally, once you make the pass to the post, you have to cut to the other side. Force your defender not to cheat on defense. That time, Brownlee cheating a little. Keith Jensen able to receive that pass from Shane Edwards and easy 2 points.
CLS Knights down by 6 points here at home. 4:31 remaining here in the first. San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, another great start for them against the CLS Knights.
San Miguel Alab Pilipinas in their last game against Mono Vampire also had a slow start. They were down early, but this time they're able to recover much faster. I remember Coach Jimmy Alapag had to call a timeout because they were down 10-2.
But that was also a quick recovery, like you mentioned, Marco, for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. They're also doing that here against CLS. Shane Edwards. A switch now against Brownlee. Edwards all the way, nothing there. Brian Williams stuffs it home.
And this is where Brian Williams makes his living. One of the best offensive rebounders as well. Averaging 15 rebounds per game. Remember, he had a 32 rebound game early in the season.
Brownlee inside, and again the connection between Brownlee and Ronaldo Balkman working there for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas.
And what a pass by Brownlee behind the defender.
Wusang from the outside. No good. Battle for the rebound. Shane Edwards retrieves the ball. They will go to the corner. Cornyawan, the three-point specialist, too strong. Urbistondo on the move, 2-on-1. He will go back outside and wait for numbers here. Urbistondo, though, left wide open at the corner. Nothing there. 13-19. Cornyawan will try again, too strong. And pace starting to pick up here, Marco.
We know CLS Knights like to play at a fast pace, especially here at home.
Again, they left wide open, or they leave Bobby Ray Parks wide open. Lucky break there for CLS Knights.
San Miguel falling in love with that three-point shot. That's back-to-back three-point attempts from Urbis Tondo and Bobby Ray Parks.
Couple of substitutions here. This is Arif Hidayat on the floor now.
Coach Coco de Groho going to his bench early, putting in Freddy Leash and
also,
Arif
yes.
Hidayat in favor of Corniawan, who has not yet connected, although he's only taken one attempt because of the defense of San Miguel Alab Pilipinas.
So Freddy Leash again coming off the bench. This is for the second time this season. Brownlee backs it in. Red hot here in the first is Justin Brownlee.
Shane Edwards that time getting caught in those screens. Brownlee needs only a little bit of opening to knock one down.
9 points to begin this game for Justin Brownlee. Edwards blows by his defender, goes straight to the cup.
There's a good matchup here between Shane Edwards and Justin Brownlee. Shane Edwards also played as an import in the PBA, as did Justin Brownlee. You know, Brownlee had exploded in their last matchup in this same venue as he hits another one. That's his fourth three-pointer of the game.
My goodness. 4 3-pointers here in the first for Justin Brownlee, San Miguel Alab Pilipinas.
Seems like
With a 10-point
Brownlee,
lead, yes.
Brownlee likes this venue as Freddy Leash makes his entry felt. Brownlee had 36 points in their last game. At
And-
4 out of 10 from downtown.
And he's on pace and duplicating that. 12 points here in the first so far. We still have a minute and a half left. Jensen with a steal. He goes to Leash. Back to Jensen. On the move. The layup is good.
Weak pass there coming from Pamboy Raimundo, picked off by Jensen. You talked about a 3-and-D guy. That is what keeps Jensen in. He brings that versatility, able to defend the perimeter.
4-0 run here by the CLS Knights. Balkman goes baseline, drops it off to Raimundo. Brownlee will go to Raimundo again, who takes it in. The floater is off. Balkman with a second try, nothing there as well.
And the presence of Brian Williams really changing that shot of Pamboy Raimundo.
Here's Leash, flips it up. Floater is in and out. Foul there by Freddy Leash.
Little bit of a forced shot there coming from Freddy Leash before their offense had been able to set, as JR Alabanza now also makes his appearance here.
47.2 seconds left here in the first. San Miguel Alab Pilipinas with a 6-point advantage. Biggest lead for them here in the first was 10 points. And they led it 25-15. Raimundo pulls up for 3. No good. Brian Williams secures the rebound for CLS.
2 for 1 was the idea there of Pamboy Raimundo.
Is the pull-up 3 from Jensen. No good.
And they will hold now for the last shot with San Miguel Alab Pilipinas.
Got a second difference here between the shot and game clock. Brownlee one-on-one against Shane Edwards. Brownlee refusing to use that Alabanza screen. He likes his matchup. Brownlee now out of control, stolen by Freddy Leash. 1 second left. Leash pulls up. Almost went in for Freddy Leash. Great action-packed first period here in Gor Kertajaya, Surabaya, Indonesia. San Miguel Alab Pilipinas taking the 6-point lead after the first, 25-19. That is our score. CLS Knights, they didn't have a great start, but San Miguel Alab Pilipinas quickly recovering there in the first and again taking the 6-point lead. When we return, we'll give you second quarter of this game. You guys are watching season number 8 of your ASEAN Basketball League. Let's take a look at the highlights here of the first quarter. That was a 2-man game earlier between Shane Edwards and Keith. Jensen doing damage here in the first with 4 points, 2 out of 3 from the field. On the other side, for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, Mr. Brownlee was waxing hot. 4 3-pointers for 12 points for Justin Brownlee. Let's see if he can continue that in the second quarter as we go to a quick break here. You guys are still watching the ASEAN Basketball League.
Don't like or love me. I breathe it all out and I breathe.
Jaya, Surabaya, Indonesia. Wrestling live on MNC Sports SNA in the Philippines, as well as Plus in Vietnam, 11 Sports in Taiwan, Star Hub in Singapore, Foshan TV in China, TV1 and TVI in Malaysia, iCable in Hong Kong, Mono 21 in Thailand. Again, second quarter underway. San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, the 6-point lead, but a miss there by Justin Brownlee. Here comes CLS. Freddie Leash on the move, will wait for his teammates.
And it's been a quality ball game so far, Martin. Both teams with just one turnover apiece. That gives you an idea of how well they've been playing. CLS Knights dominating inside the paint 14-8. But San Miguel Alab Pilipinas with 6 second chance points already compared to just 2 for the CLS Knights.
And this guy was red hot in the first 12 points for Justin Brownlee. Tried to pass it off there to J.R. Alabanza, but well read by Keith Jensen.
That's the second time Jensen has picked off that Alab Pilipinas pass. You see the hustle there, getting back in transition. Would have been a 3-on-1 situation there against Freddie Leash had Keith Jensen not gotten back in time.
Minute gone in our second quarter. Hidayat at point guard now for CLS. Guisang still on the bench. Williams backing down against Ronaldo Balkman now. Short hook doesn't work. Balkman with the rebound. And a miscommunication between Raimundo and Balkman there. Turnover for Alab.
Unforced turnover for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, and it's a shame because they were all well on their way to their front court in transition. Although you saw the defensive presence of Ronaldo Balkman,
Yes.
who is much smaller than Brian Williams, able to hold his ground.
Only turnover number 3 for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. Freddie Leash now. Oh, great crossover there to free himself up, and he lays it up and in.
Freddie Leash, one of the wiliest guards we have here in the ASEAN Basketball League. That time throwing off about 2 or 3 defenders and then finishing with the left hand.
First points in the second quarter for CLS. Balkman quickly answers on the other end.
And this is where Balkman has the advantage against Brian Williams. That quick first step, that quickness advantage, and that quick takeoff. Didn't even allow Brian Williams to get off his feet.
You see him do that. You saw him do that against Sam De Guara, just attacking him all throughout the game. In that game against Mono Vampire, Brian Williams on the second try, still nothing. Battle for the rebound. Raimundo gets it. This is Oping Sumalinog. They swing it around. Ray Parks. Crossover. Step back J. Ray Parks. Nothing there.
That was a tough shot there from Ray Parks. Good challenge from Jensen.
Leash. Drops it inside.
And Pamboy Raimundo able to get back. Deflect that off Arif Hidayat.
27-21. Both teams tightening up the defense here in the second quarter. Only scored 2 points each.
Both teams as well. Both coaches actually going to their benches here extensively. B-Boy Engyo also checking into the game as you mentioned Duping Sumalinog was into the game. These are actually two of the deeper teams when we talk about local talent here in the ABL.
Engyo in for the first time, played 25 minutes against Chongson Kung Fu, only had 4 points.
It looks like they called Lawrence Domingo for an offensive foul on the weak side of the floor.
Second personal foul on Lawrence. Only the second team foul for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. 7:20 remaining. Wuisang back on the floor to facilitate here for CLS. So a two-guard combination here as Jensen again with another great cut and lay-in.
I see the activity there of Jensen, that time from the weak side. Catching the defense, napping once again. That's the second time he's made a cut. Has caught the defense off guard.
And again, Balkman attacks the defense of Brian Williams, sends himself to the line.
This was where Balkman made his living. As Mono Vampire, he was 5 out of 10, but 10 free throw attempts for Ronaldo Balkman.
31 points. Continuing his great scoring streak here in the ASEAN Basketball League, knocks down the first. Balkman with 7 points so far.
And we were talking to assistant coach Mac Kuan of San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, who has all praises for Ronaldo Balkman. Not only is he very talented, very skilled on both ends of the floor, also one of the mature imports. Has a great sense of leadership and just rubs off on his other teammates.
Sets a great example for the other players for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. But on the other side, B-Boy Engyo attacking and gets the foul against Bobby Ray Parks Jr.
Coach Jimmy Alapag must not have been happy with that sequence. Defense of San Miguel Alab Pilipinas caught flat-footed there. That was off a missed free throw. Nobody getting back in transition except for Bobby Ray Parks.
And Engyo doing the wise thing, taking it straight to the cup. Engyo again, 4 points against the Chongson Kung Fu Basketball Club. 2 out of 12 from the field. And he gets his first 2 points there.
And a little full court pressure here now from Freddie Leash and the CLS Knights.
28-23. Alab Pilipinas still in the lead. Ray Parks, the mid-range J. Off the screen, Ray Parks. Nothing but net.
And that must feel good for Bobby Ray Parks, who has not really gotten his offense going in recent games. That's his 6th point of the game.
Wuisang now working against a taller Oping Sumalinog. Wuisang on the step back. No good. And last touch on Alab Pilipinas. So ball will remain with CLS with a fresh 14 to work with.
And this is actually a very good defensive 5 here for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. You have Oping Sumalinog. Well, now he's been subbed out by Justin Brownlee. Tondo Nontiveros, the veteran shooter, making his first appearance here.
Shooter replaced by a shooter here with the Tondo Nontiveros on Oping Sumalinog. Nice pass inside! Edwards with a jam!
Brian Williams, a very underrated passer. That's the second time he's found an open teammate. First it was Jensen, now it was Shane Edwards for the easy jam.
But again, a quick counter. A fire extinguisher there for Ronaldo Balkman.
And Ronaldo Balkman shoots it at about 50% from the field, so Brian Williams has to make a decision.
Brian Williams no good on the 3.
And that is what Ronaldo Balkman is going to give Brian Williams the entire evening. Shoots it at just, it was actually a 35% three-point shooter.
Time out on the floor. San Miguel Alab Pilipinas with a 5-point lead. Your ABL will be right back.
ABL, they only have 3 turnovers so far. In their last game, they had 14 turnovers, which resulted in 15 turnover points for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas.
They go to the corner. They swing it around. Ontiveros, the extra pass to the wide open Ronaldo Balkman inside.
That's a nice assist there coming from Ontiveros, who was actually wide open, but giving it up for a higher percentage shot downstairs.
It is back to 7 here. Leash will drive underneath to Williams. Denied by Balkman. Williams again. This time it's good.
That's Brian Williams. His comfort zone does not give up that easily. Another pair of points for Brian Williams.
Ontiveros to Urbis Tondo. 4:40 remaining in the first half. Parks, corner 3. Left wide open. Knocks it down. Ray Parks.
CLS switching to a zone that time. Bobby Ray Parks making them pay after that nice ball movement from San Miguel Alab Pilipinas.
Leash. Wusang for 3. And the counter is there for Mario Wusang.
Again, confusion from San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. 2 players going after the ball handler in Freddy Leash, leaving Wusang wide open.
Wusang now with 5 points. Ray Parks got fouled on the way up by Mario Wusang. So 2 free throws coming here for Bobby Ray Parks Jr.
You see the versatility of Bobby Ray Parks. Has developed a respectable long distance shot, but also really dangerous going to the basket.
Ray Parks had a slow start to the season, average about 13 points a game, but he has upped that average to 14 and a half with a string of good games offensively for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas.
He's very capable of putting up numbers anytime. Against Chow Son, he had about 32 points. Highest output of the season. Last season, his MVP season, he's averaging about 18 a game.
But he gives them the 7-point lead here. Shane Edwards now working on Justin Brownlee. Nice drop off. This time, Shane Edwards returns the favor. Brian Williams inside.
And Shane Edwards and Brian Williams really complementing each other well. I like how CLS isolated one side of the floor for those 2 imports and allowed them to work on their counterparts.
And they get the stop on the other side. Wusang kicks it out. Engyo for 3. Too strong.
Would have been a nice assist coming from Mario Wusang, who drew the defense. Iboy Engyo, first missed 3-point attempt of the game.
34-39. In fact, that is the first attempt of B-Boy Angyo tonight. Oh, but CLS will have possession here. Williams in and out on the 3.
And Alab Pilipinas will really give Brian Williams that shot, because not only is he not known as a 3-point shooter, because that will also prevent him from getting those offensive boards.
Leash now. 3 minutes remaining here in the second. And Brian Williams got the first step. Quick first step on Dondon Ontiveros.
And that's a smart play from CLS, immediately recognizing the mismatch. Brian Williams against Ontiveros. They immediately went to him in the post, and that was a quick attack from Brian Williams. Did not allow the defense to double him.
Brian Williams to the line. Has slowly picked up his scoring here. 8 points, 4 out of 9 from the field. Closing in on a double-double as well in the first half. He has 10 rebounds.
And both world imports of the CLS Knights really stellar showing here in the first half.
There we go. Brian Williams with 10 points, 10 rebounds. With 3 minutes left in the first half.
And Shane Edwards has also added 7 markers of his own.
Urbis Tondo looking for Ray Parks. Pass deflected by Wusang. 12 seconds to shoot for Alab Pilipinas. Parks working on Keith Jensen. Jensen, in his first assignment, had Joshua Munzen against the Westports Malaysia Dragons. Great pick and pop action there. Balkman nails the jumper.
And that is the risk you take if you're Brian Williams. If you sag in the paint, Bachman can hit that jumper. If you come out, he's much quicker than Brian Williams, can take him off the dribble.
Foul away from the ball. It's going to be against Justin Brownlee. Got tangled up with Shane Edwards at the post.
And I like how Shane Edwards is really posting up Justin Brownlee, making him work on the defensive end of the floor. He knows Brownlee already has 4 3-pointers, so try to let him expend his energy playing defense.
Shane Edwards to the line again. 1 out of 2 earlier. Edwards bouncing back very big, or in a very big way, ever since that forgettable game against Hong Kong. His first game of the season, battling jet lag and all, but so far so good for Shane Edwards in the season. 22 points per game.
Also about 10.3 rebounds and shooting 33% from long distance. 9 points already here in the first half.
37-41. Lead is down to 4 for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas.
CLS Knights have actually doubled up on San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. When you talk about points in the paint, 24-12.
Wow. Complete domination here in the painted area for the CLS Knights. There's Justin Brownlee. They go inside. Balkman now working on Edwards. Balkman no good. Edwards with a board.
Defense there coming from Shane Edwards.
Lees fires the 3. Too strong. Oh, but an error here for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. And Brian Williams makes them pay.
Turnovers really hurting San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. That is their 6th turnover of the game. Crowd is really into it. 6 points off turnovers right now for the guys in white.
They cut the lead down to 1 point now, or 1 point rather. 41-40. A minute and 41 left.
San Miguel Alab Pilipinas making mistakes on their end of the floor, while the CLS Knights have so far played heads-up basketball. Not a lot of mistakes, just 2 turnovers for them. They already have 10 assists, so they're really distributing or sharing that basketball really well.
San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, on the other hand, also doing well in the passing department. 11 assists.
Well, the reason why Alab is in the lead here is because they're shooting lights out, close to 50% from the field.
Here's Balkman hesitating, loses the ball. Wuisang one-on-one now against Ontiveros. Legend against legend. Wuisang flips it up and in.
What a tough shot there from Mario Wuisang, going from left to right dribble and using his body to protect against Don Ontiveros.
CLS gets the lead back, 42-41. Chanting defense here. Balkman.
There you see the basketball IQ of Balkman, as both teams were being confused, or there was confusion on the floor because of a non-called timeout. Balkman immediately attacks his defender, Brian Williams, takes him off the dribble and draws the foul and possibly even the basket.
Let's see if they're going to count it here, but initially the lead referee signaled that the basket will count. Here's the play earlier. One-on-one, Don Ontiveros against Mario Wuisang. Wuisang getting the better of that matchup. Let's see that one more time. Uncle Ro doing work here in the first half.
That's just a great move there. Well, let's see the call. I think the call is going to stay. The referee is still discussing it.
Mario Wuisang with 7 points. 1 3-pointer earlier. CLS Knights, yes.
So far, Martin, we talked about perimeter scoring being one of the key factors for the CLS Knights. Wuisang with 7. Jensen has 6 points. Freddie Leash off the bench with 4 points. So early on, 15 points from their perimeter guys to complement the 23 points combined of Brian Williams and Shane Edwards.
So a great balanced attack here from inside and outside for the CLS Knights. And that's the main reason why they are in the lead, 42-41. Climbing back up, erasing that 10-point advantage by San Miguel Alab Pilipinas to take the lead back here in the first half.
Meanwhile, for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, we believe that defending the paint or interior defense, particularly against Brian Williams, was going to be key. So far, they've not been able to be successful in that. 26 points in the paint for the CLS Knights. Williams has already erupted for 12 points and 10 rebounds, already a double-double here in the first half alone.
Those two players that you mentioned, Marco, Brian Williams with 12 points, Edwards with 11. Here's Ronaldo Balkman at the free throw line, leading the way for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas in the first half. 13 markers, 6 out of 10 from the field. One out of 2 in his first trip. Short on the continuation.
But they counted the initial basket, so
counted it.
lead goes back. San Miguel Alab Pilipinas with a minute remaining here in the first half. It's been a very competitive and a quality first half from both teams.
Leash. Wild shot does not work. Ray Parks now. Under a minute left in the first half. Brownlee from the outside. Catch and shoot. No good. Balkman with the offensive board. Nothing there as well.
Balkman asking for the foul, but none given right there.
Uysang working. And a foul against San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. It will be against Ronaldo Balkman.
That's going to be the first personal foul on Ronaldo Balkman. Has done a good job staying away from foul trouble. Alab in the penalty.
To the line now for the first time tonight is Mario Uysang, a 38-year-old point guard from Indonesia. 9 points against Chongson Kung Fu. Had a tough matchup against the two guards there, Mike McKinney and Anthony Tucker. Time out on the floor here by the CLS Knights. 37 seconds left here in the first half. Your ABL will be right back. Backdoor coverage here, and we mentioned the complete dominance in the painted area by the CLS Knights in the first half. And that's one of the buckets they had. Brian Williams throwing it down off the pass from Shane Edwards, and the connection has been there from the two world imports of CLS Knights Indonesia.
And we highlighted previously how both Balkman and Brownlee complement each other. But right now it is Brian Williams and Shane Edwards who have shown better chemistry, as these two world imports both have 2 assists to their name apiece.
But we're still tied here, 43 all. CLS Knights mounting a comeback here in the second quarter. Crowd chanting defense. Brownlee inside. Balkman catches the pass, fouled from behind. This is going to be against Nugroho, I believe, who just entered the ball game.
Nice play call there for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. Finding its way after a handoff from Bobby Ray Parks. Big-to-big screen. Balkman on the slip. Gets the ball from Brownlee and draws the foul from Firman Nugroho.
Great to see the Filipino crowd here in Gor Kertajaya as well, in Surabaya, Indonesia. in full support of San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. Again, San Miguel outscored by 7 here, make that 6, 23-17 in the second quarter. Pretty much like what happened in their first matchup. Balkman 2 out of 2.
Coach Coco Negroho will call the last time out of the first half to map out a good end here for the CLS Knights in the first half.
Back in a moment here, the CN Basketball League. Welcome back to Gor Kertajaya in Surabaya, Indonesia, as we resume the coverage here of your ASEAN Basketball League. And with 22 seconds left here in the first half, San Miguel Alab Pilipinas regaining control and getting the 2-point lead. CLS Knights will have last possession of the second quarter.
And Brian Williams back in the game here for the last possession, so I wouldn't be surprised if they do something with both world imports.
Oh, they tried to go inside, but pass deflected. Steal from Alab Pilipinas. Balkman with a finish on the other side. Leash will try to counter. 2 seconds remaining. No good. And a 4-0 run to end the first half for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, the visiting squad, to take the 4-point lead, 47-43 over the home squad, the CLS Knights Indonesia, to the delight of the Filipino crowd here in Gor Kertajaya. And when we return, we'll give you halftime stats and analysis of this game, as well as first half highlights between CLS and Alab. That is coming up next right here in Surabaya. You guys are still watching the ASEAN Basketball League. All right, Marco, let's take a look at the highlights here of the first half. Mario Woisang doing work. That was a one-on-one play in transition against Don Ontivero. 7 points for Mario in the first half. 3 out of 6 from the field. Definitely one of the highlights. And to end the first quarter, the connection, the Brownlee and Balkman connection working there, as Ronaldo Balkman gets the layup on the other side to give San Miguel Alab Pilipinas the 4-point lead. Welcome back here to our coverage of the ASEAN Basketball League. My name is Martin Javier, working alongside Marco Benitez. Marco, great first half here. CLS Knights able to come back from that, subpar first quarter they had against Alab Pilipinas.
That's correct, Martin, and both teams really playing well. Quality basketball. Not a lot of turnovers for CLS Knights. That's the reason why they are still very competitive in the game, while San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, their shooting has really kept them. And of course, a stellar play from both Balkman and Brownlee. But you have to give a lot of credit to the world imports of the CLS Knights, Brian Williams and Shane Edwards. Really, both of them in double figures as already. Brian Williams already has a double-double. So everybody contributing here for Coach Coco Negroho.
So again, when we return, we'll give you first half highlights here of this game between San Miguel Alab Pilipinas and the CLS Knights, as well as to break down the first half stats. You guys are still watching the ASEAN Basketball League. Don't you go away. We'll be breaking down again the halftime stats of this game when we return. our coverage here in the ASEAN Basketball League live from Gorky Tachaya in Surabaya, Indonesia. Marco Benitez breaking this game down for you, and what a first half we saw so far, Marco. Both CLS and Alab Pilipinas not giving up here, keeping a close game, 47-43.
That's correct, Martin. And for CLS Knights, I think their domination inside the paint has been really key. Also, they've been able to minimize their turnovers, just about 3 turnovers for them, while San Miguel Alab Pilipinas has already committed about 7 turnovers, which has resulted in turnover points for them. Brian Williams, Shane Edwards have played really well here together with Mario Wuisang and Freddy Lish. Meanwhile, for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, Ronaldo Balkman already with 19 points in the game. Bobby Ray Parks has also added 11 points for the local side of San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. But CLS Knights keeping this one close because of their all-around effort from both their world imports and their local guys. As you take a look at the rebound or the stats from the halftime, 24-21 in terms of rebounds for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, 12-10 as well in terms of assists. You see the 7 turnovers compared to just 3. Free throws, more free throws for the CLS Knights. They've shot really well, 8 out of 10. But the 3-point shooting of San Miguel Alab Pilipinas so far been stellar, 6 out of 13, close to 50%, while CLS Knights, who average about 30% from long distance, only shooting 1 out of 12 from deep.
Like their first matchup of the season, a close first half for both of these teams, CLS Knights and San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. CLS doing a bit better in the painted area. We saw the dominance by Brian Williams and Shane Edwards as well. Their connection in the first half. If not for the 4-0 run by San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, we would have been tied to end the second.
That is correct. And we mentioned that perimeter scoring will be one of the keys for the CLS Knights. Wuisang and Freddy Lish as well as Keith Jensen have played well offensively. Jensen has played well defensively, has gotten 2 steals already. I would look for Sandy Cornyawan to try to be more aggressive coming into the third quarter. Meanwhile, for the San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, they're going to need a little more from their locals, apart from Bobby Ray Parks. So you talk about guys like Lawrence Domingo. Rico Meyerhofer has not yet seen action in this game. And of course, expecting more aggressive Justin Brownlee and Ronaldo Balkman to start the third.
Now let's go to our courtside reporter, Kelly, standing by at courtside with Keith Jensen. Go ahead, Kelly.
Hi guys, it's back with your girl Keely G, and right now with me I have Keith Jensen. So Keith, how did you find practicing with the team? It was almost as if you had instant chemistry with them?
Oh yeah, they made it real easy for me. They welcomed me with open arms, and it's a bunch of good guys, and most of all, they want to win, so it was easy.
Especially your first game was the victory against the Dragons.
Yeah, it was a good team, and but it was a good team win. We came together, and it was very encouraging. Yeah.
All right. So about the game against Alab, it's your first time against Alab. How do you find the first half? Was it as you expected?
Oh yeah, we were expecting a war, and that's what it is, man. It's really a battle. We got to figure out how to stop their ball screens, and we got to figure out how to execute and work together. So it'll be fun to see us come together as a team.
All right. Thank you so much, Keith, for your time. Now I'm gonna throw it back to you guys.
Thank you so much, Kelly. And well, what a first half also for Keith Jensen, proving to be a difference maker once again in his second game with the CLS Knights, Marco.
Well, not only is he an energy guy coming off as a starter here, but he can score from the outside. Play great defense against the Bobby Ray Parkses and even the Don Ontiveros of San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. So look for him to have a better second half as well.
All right, when we return, we'll give you second half action of this game. Again, this is between the CLS Knights Indonesia, the home squad, and the visiting San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, your ASEAN Basketball League. We'll be right back. minutes away from the start of the second half. We're back inside Gor Kertajaya in Surabaya, Indonesia. Resuming our coverage here of your ASEAN Basketball League between the San Miguel Alab Pilipinas and the home squad, the CLS Knights. Brian Williams had a big first half, a double-double for CLS. On the other side, Justin Brownlee and Ronaldo Balkman doing much of the scoring from the visiting squad. And they will look to maintain this lead and get their 10th victory of the season. But CLS, again, they will not go down without a fight, especially here at home. Third quarter begins. Again, we are live inside Gor Kertajaya in Surabaya, Indonesia. Brian Williams getting active inside, and he gets the hoop.
And Brian Williams really extra motivated tonight against San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, already with 14 points right now. That was his 11th rebound of the game, so really hyperactive down low.
2-point game. Balkman, a hesitation. Ball knocked loose. It will be a CLS ball.
And that's going to be another turnover for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. That's turnover number 8 for them.
47-45. Both teams sticking with their starting 5 to begin the second half. Again, for CLS, Freddy Leash on the bench to begin the third. So Mui Sang will do much of the ball distributing for CLS. Ball distribution rather, as Keith Jensen misses from the outside. Brownlee on the other side misses as well. Domingo with a quick follow-up.
That was a big effort there coming from Lawrence Domingo, coming from the outside to get that offensive rebound, and then the quick stick back.
And that's the role he has embraced for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, as Brian Williams knocks down the long two.
First 4 points of CLS Knights coming from Brian Williams here. First one was from under the basket, that time from about 19 feet.
Balkman attacks, sends it out to Brownlee. Corner 3. Off the mark. Domingo again gets them another chance. Ray Parks from straight away. Short on the 3, Domingo.
How about the effort from Lawrence Domingo? Just not able to get the tip in, but nobody there, nobody home for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. Easy bucket from Mario Wuisang.
Uncle road to the hoop. 9 points now, or make that 10 for Mario Wuisang. Ray Parks goes to Balkman. Over 2 minutes gone in the third. Brownlee loses the ball. Urbistondo picks it up, fires the long 3, too strong. Again, Lawrence Domingo with another offensive rebound for Alab. Brownlee on the step back, or Balkman rather. Nothing there. Balkman will get it back. 14 seconds to work with for Alab.
And that second chance opportunity also contributed to by Lawrence Domingo with the tap from under the basket.
Justin Brownlee again missing the open 3.
That's his third straight miss here from long distance in the third quarter. Brownlee falling in love with the outside shot.
And out on the other side by Mario Wuisang. Lawrence Domingo picks up the board. Brownlee, they swing it around to Balkman. Balkman attacks Edwards. And Urbistondo could not get there on time. Turnover for the Red Shirts.
Now the Balkman expecting Urbistondo to relocate to that right corner, as normally shooters do when there's a penetration, but Urbistondo just not able to get there in time.
Jensen will drive, attack. Nothing there for Keith Jensen. The ball will remain with CLS.
Heads up defense from Brownlee. But Lawrence Domingo was the one who touched it last.
3 red shirts contesting that call. 49 all. Edwards now against Lawrence Domingo. Edwards drives. Edwards the fake. And a traveling violation on Shane Edwards.
That's a heads-up defense once again from Lawrence Domingo. Just like in the first half of the game, he has been their energy guy. That's the reason why Coach Imi Alapag giving him the confidence to come out as a starter in this ball game.
All fired up here is Lawrence Domingo. Yes, Marco.
He has repaid Coach Jimmy Alapag's trust and confidence with a great effort.
Domingo fouled on the spin. And it's going to be on Mario Wisang.
With a recognition that he was being guarded by a smaller defender in the post, especially. That's Mario Wisang picking up Lawrence Domingo.
First team foul on CLS. Fresh 14 for Alab. They're looking for Domingo at the post. Mismatch against Mario Wisang. Domingo, short hook does not work.
That's good help from Brian Williams.
Nice pass. Williams to Edwards. But Edwards blows the slam.
Sorry miss there from Shane Edwards. That was a good pass. Another good pass there, that time from Justin Brownlee to Lawrence Domingo.
Alab back on top by 2. Over 4 minutes gone in our third quarter.
That's going to be assist number 4 for Justin Brownlee. Just all-around game so far for the World Import.
They swing it to Cornyawan for 3.
Cornyawan still shooting blanks here.
Parks retrieves the ball and lays it up and in. Bobby Ray Parks.
What a forward pass there. Coming from Justin Brownlee, going the entire way of the court.
4-0 spurt by San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. 53-49 is our score. ABL will be back in a moment. Welcome back to our coverage here before the timeout. A couple of quick baskets for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. It started with that basket underneath from Lawrence Domingo. Off the pass from Justin Brownlee. And Bobby Ray Parks following it up with a breakaway layup. They lead it 53-49. 5.5 minutes remaining here in the third.
This is what the CLS Knights have to be careful of. Every possession for them has to be a quality possession. Cannot afford to throw away possessions because of poor shot selection or because of turnovers. San Miguel Alab Pilipinas is a veteran team composed of talented players, so you can be sure they're going to try to make the most of every possession.
Wisang on the follow. 2 misses there. Balkman now running with it. Great pass inside, but picked off by CLS.
Bachman almost with another great pass through the middle of the defense. And Freddie Leash able to get a hand on that just to deflect it.
And a turnover off the inbound. Or no, it will remain with Alab. Last touch on Keith Jensen.
Because of the heads-up play of Jensen, the usual guys off the bench from Coco Nugroho, guys like Arif Hidayat, have not been able to see action.
Lawrence Domingo still talking to our referee there, clarifying the call. The play continues. Balkman to Parks. Again, 2-man action. Balkman misses. Domingo getting active. Couple of tips does not work. Leash now. Sends it out. Jensen goes to the free throw line. Jensen knocks it down.
And that's a big shot there coming from Jensen in transition, secondary break. Nice left-handed side dribble and then pulling up from about 17 feet.
Alab with possession here. Balkman. They go to the post. Domingo against Jensen. Denied by Jensen.
Another great defensive stop coming from Jensen. What an addition he has been for this CLS Knights squad.
Completely changing the game of CLS. Edwards from straightaway. Short on the three. Orbistondo gets the board. Pushing now for Alab. He will slow it down. Great crossover there. Orbistondo to Balkman. He attacks. He shoots. He does not score. Again, Domingo with a follow and a foul called.
And he's going to be stuffed once again by Keith Jensen. And in frustration, Lawrence Domingo, I believe, commits a foul.
So despite the activity inside from Lawrence Domingo, those did not translate to baskets for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas.
And Jensen's length allows him to defend bigger players like Lawrence Domingo. It has been a defensive third quarter here. Martin, now it looks like somebody got a technical there. Technical free throw was missed by Mario Wuisang. We finished the first half 43-47 in favor of Alab Pilipinas. CLS Knights have only managed 8 points, while Alab has only scored 6 points here with 3:42 remaining in the third quarter.
Perhaps CN Basketball League will return after this. Back inside, Gorker Tachaya. Home floor of the CLS Knights Indonesia. Again, outscoring San Miguel Alab Pilipinas 8-6 to begin our third quarter with 3:42 remaining. And it's going to be CLS ball.
The third quarter so far, Martin, has been a complete opposite of the first quarter or the first half, where both teams got into an offensive rhythm early. So far, it's been a grind here in the third quarter.
Jensen again at the free throw line. Back-to-back hits from that area from Keith Jensen.
Playing just heads up quality basketball is Keith Jensen, not forcing any attempt, just making use of what the defense gives. Nice ball screen and then elevating for about 15 feet.
53 all. Brownlee on the step back three. Doesn't go.
Brownlee still cannot connect here in the third.
Williams inside to Edwards with a jam.
And that's going to be another assist from Brian Williams. Both Williams and Shane Edwards playing beautiful music together here in this ball game.
Momentum slowly shifting to the CLS Knights. Foul on Mario Wuisang while guarding Josh Orbistondo at the post.
And that's the first time Josh Orbistondo has tried to post up Mario Wuisang. That's a battle of the point guards in the post.
Orbistondo. 1 out of 4 so far from the field. Parks back to Orbistondo. Will try from 3.
You see the defense there, the CLS Knights, in particular Jensen. Bobby Ray Parks had 11 points in the first half. Has not yet scored here in the third quarter, if I'm not mistaken. Credit a lot of that to the defense of Keith Jensen.
Leash with a miss. Alab with another chance to tie, and Bachman scores.
That's a quick pass there. Quick 1-2 coming from Urbistondo, and then the penetrating pass from Brownlee to Balkman.
55 all, 2 minutes remaining here in the third. Wuisang pulls up for three. Nothing but net for Mario Wuisang.
And Josh Urbistondo fighting under the screen. Mario Wuisang makes him pay.
CLS picking up the scoring here in the third. They lead it by 3. Crowd chanting defense. Balkman drives. He scores again.
That's a strong drive there from Ronaldo Balkman. Really going to work here.
So another answer from San Miguel Alab Pilipinas here. Edwards now working against Brownlee. They will go to Jensen. Jensen pulls up for 3. Too strong. Urbistondo retrieves the ball. And he pushes for the red shirts. Brownlee now drives. Fouled.
And that's a better play there from Justin Brownlee. I think the foul goes on Keith Jensen, but he had been unlucky from outside. So this time, after the ball screen, takes it strong to the hoop and draws the foul. He's going to go to the line for 2 free throws.
Quick big man substitution here for Coach Coco Negroho. Febri Negroho in the ball game for the CLS Knights. Justin Brownlee to the free throw line for 2 shots. Brownlee in the first half had 12 points. This is his first trip to the free throw line.
And Martin, for a scorer like Brownlee going through a mini slump here in the third quarter, sometimes all you need is to see the ball go through the net. And these 2 free throws could really spark another resurgence in the fourth quarter.
All his first 12 points, Marco, came from that first quarter when he nailed 4 quick 3-pointers for Alab Pilipinas. But since then, hasn't scored until now. They get the second try here. Edwards from the outside. Doesn't work. Balkman now to Parks. Great read by Keith Jensen.
Another good steal there from Jensen. I thought Bobby Ray Parks could have gone strong to the basket against the smaller Freddie Leash.
Talk about the defense of Keith Jensen. Crowd fired up in Gorkurt Lajaya. Jensen. They go to Edwards. A mismatch here against Robbie Celis. Edwards attacks. Edwards gets the hoop. 10 seconds remaining in the third.
Too big is Shane Edwards against Robbie Celis down low.
Brownlee fouled.
The CLS Knights not yet in the penalty, so that's going to be a side court inbound with 2:29 remaining. That's 2.29 seconds to go.
Good foul there by the CLS Knights. Low scoring affair here in the third quarter. CLS scoring 17 points. San Miguel Alab Pilipinas held to 12. And they're unable to get a shot off in time. So after the third, we're hearing it from the crowd right now. The home squad. CLS Knights Indonesia up by 1 point, 60-59 over the visiting San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. Again, outscoring the red shirts 17-12 in that third quarter. Enabled them to take the 1 point lead. So when we return, fourth and deciding quarter of this game, a very close one here in Surabaya, Indonesia. As you can see, our score only a 1 point lead for CLS. Your ABL will return after this break. All right, going back to our coverage here, how about Keith Jensen for the CLS Knights, scoring a bunch of points here in the third and doing it on the defensive end as well, getting a couple of stops for CLS. This was the throwdown earlier by Shane Edwards off the pass from Brian Williams. And ultimately, it was a stellar performance in the third for the CLS Knights as they take the 1-point lead, 66-59. All right, when we return, as you can see, our score here is 60-59. When we return again, we'll give you fourth and deciding quarter of this game. You guys are still watching the ASEAN Basketball League season number 8. We welcome you back from inside Gor Kertajaya in Surabaya, Indonesia, the home of CLS Knights Indonesia. After 3 quarters of play, home squad up by 1 point, 60-59. Martin Javier with Marco Benitez breaking this game down for you guys. And Marco, what a great turnaround for CLS in the third. Again, grabbing that 1-point lead, outscoring Alab 17-12 as we see that basket from Ronaldo Balkman.
The key for the CLS Knights in that third quarter, as you mentioned, was defense. 17-12, limiting Alab Pilipinas to just 12 points. Keith Jensen, although he had just 4 points, his imprint was all over that third quarter, playing great defense on the other end of the floor against Bobby Ray Parks. But Ronaldo Balkman, quick 4 points to start the fourth quarter. So this is what CLS has to be careful of. They have to play great. The entire 40 minutes cannot afford to relax against a veteran team like Alab.
Same situation being faced here by the CLS Knights as their previous matchup. Alab Pilipinas up by 2 after the third that matchup, but got off to an 18-6 run in the fourth quarter.
And Ronaldo Balkman, talk about output here, already with 27 points because of those 4 quick points here in the fourth.
Another miss for CLS. A minute gone in the fourth quarter. Brownlee now attacking Shane Edwards. Goes for the step back J. Brownlee scoring his 2 points.
And you know, Brownlee, after 12 points in the first quarter, scoring just 2 points in the second and the third quarter, but looking to be more aggressive here to start out the fourth quarter.
8:44 remaining, 65-60 in favor of San Miguel Alab Pilipinas.
I like what CLS is doing. Try to go back down low to Brian Williams against Ronaldo Balkman.
Williams denied by Balkman. He gets the offensive board, but he loses the ball as well. Here's Balkman to Brownlee. In the middle, Brownlee with the lay-in.
This is a quick run here, 8-0 run by San Miguel Alab Pilipinas to start out the fourth quarter, or make that 7-0 run.
67-60. Your ABL will be right back after this. It has been the Balkman and Brownlee show for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas to start the fourth quarter, spearheading the 67-60 to 60 lead. An 8-0 run to begin the fourth for the visiting squad, San Miguel Alab Pilipinas.
And that's when we say that you cannot afford to relax here against San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. So in the span of a minute and a half, they've been able to string together 8 quick points. Brian Williams cannot get frustrated here, even though he does not get the fouls. Has to keep going, keep being aggressive. Ronaldo Bachman just using his quickness right now and his quick hands to try to frustrate Brian Williams in the post.
So Bachman getting more active defensively here in closing out on Brian Williams. Wui Sang, top of the key, 3. Wui Sang, no good. Bachman with a board.
And Bachman has been everywhere here in the fourth quarter.
Ronaldo surveys the floor, working on Shane Edwards now. Oh, ball stolen away from behind by Wui Sang. Wui Sang one-on-one on Brownlee, and Justin Brownlee just denying Mario Wui Sang there.
That's great anticipation there from Justin Brownlee. Just baiting Mario Wui Sang enough and holding back enough to get the block. And then the ball getting deflected off of Mario Wui Sang as it went out.
And Wui Sang thought he got fouled. You see the frustration there from the veteran. 67-60. 7:43 remaining in the fourth. Alab in command. 67-60 again. Brownlee in and out. Edwards pushing now for CLS. Edwards does spin. Fouled by Bachman.
Good aggressive move there on the part of Shane Edwards as Ping Sumalino tried to go for the swipe.
But Shane Edwards so far has done a decent job here. Held to or in scoring rather for CLS Knights. Decent job for Shane Edwards, 15 points after 3 quarters. 4 out of 5 now from the free throw line.
And what Alab did on the previous sequence was Brownlee bringing the ball up and Pamboy Raimundo immediately setting a ball screen to try to get the switch, put Mario Wui Sang, Pamboy Raimundo's man, on Justin Brownlee. Let's see if they try that once again.
Here's Raimundo, 2 out of 2 for Shane Edwards. Their first points off the fourth. Parks. The crossover, working on Jensen now. The one-legged jumper is good for Bobby Ray Parks.
That's a tough shot. Something that Bobby Ray Parks has almost perfected. At the one-legged, right-legged fall away.
Yep. Brian Williams knocks down the 3.
And that's a big shot from Brian Williams. Second three-pointer of the game to keep them within 2 possessions of Alab Pilipinas.
Just made the defense pay there. Ray Parks, chance of defense inside. Gorker to Jaya, back-to-back baskets for Bobby Ray Parks Jr.
Goes up to about 17 points right now, does Bobby Ray Parks.
Better scoring output tonight for the reigning local MVP. Jensen blows by Parks and gets the lay-in.
Keith Jensen giving Bobby Ray Parks a piece of his medicine. Scoring picking up once again here in the fourth quarter.
67-71. Raimundo to Bachman from the free throw line, in and out. Domingo again getting active on the boards. Another chance for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. 6 minutes remaining. Ray Parks goes to Bachman in the painted area. Bachman no good on the fade.
Good heads-up defense there by Keith Jensen despite the switch.
Williams attacks Bachman.
And the basket is going to count.
3-point play opportunity. And a crucial one as well for Brian Williams.
That's going to be the 3rd personal foul on Ronaldo Bachman.
Williams with 21 markers tonight. Completes the 3-point play, make that 22-14 now from the big guy.
This has been one of his best games so far.
Trims the lead down to 1. A counter run here by the CLS Knights. Bachman on the move fouled, gets the hoop and the foul.
And Brian Williams just frustrated here. But Ronaldo Balkman, after that sequence where he got the foul, gives Brian Williams a taste of his own medicine. Quick attack off that elbow.
A wise decision there to take Brian Williams off the dribble. 73-70 now for Alab Pilipinas. So after that, 8-0 start for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. 10-6 run by the CLS Knights. Balkman completes the three-point play, countering what Brian Williams did.
You know, Martin, whenever these two teams play, expect a grind out, as these two teams are good defensive teams. Alab Pilipinas only allows about 84 points per game, while CLS only allows a shade above it at about 85 points per game. And right now we are on track for that, 70 and 74 respectively for CLS and San Miguel Alab Pilipinas.
Williams misses on the post-up play. Chance for Alab now to get it to a much comfortable lead. Ray Parks surveys the floor again. Here's Balkman against Williams. Balkman in and out on the jumper. Ball tapped out of bounds. And they say last touch on Lawrence Domingo.
And Coach Jimmy Alapag just buying Justin Brownlee a little bit of time on the bench just to keep him fresh for that final stretch. This 4-point advantage for them is just enough rest Justin Brownlee is going to get.
CLS down by 4. Edwards, a crossover, blows by Balkman. Bothered by Alabanza.
That's great help there coming from Alabanza.
Balkman now, double teamed. They go inside, Domingo, great cut, and the finish underneath.
And Lawrence Domingo just loves to cut baseline from the weak side. He has made a living off of those baseline cuts.
8 points now for Lawrence Domingo. Shane Edwards with daylight, nothing there.
Not the time to fall in love with the outside shot if you're CLS. You need to go to Brian Williams down low.
It's been a game of runs here, 5-0 now. In this stretch by San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. Balkman loses the ball off his foot. Here comes CLS on the move. Engyo misses the layup.
Nice effort there from Bobby Ray Parks just to challenge that layup. Force Engyo to change that shot.
Ray Parks now will go to the post. Big miss by Engyo on the other side. They go to Raimundo. Alabanza. The baseline J does not work.
Urbistondo and Justin Brownlee getting ready to check back into the game for the last 3 and change.
Great fourth-quarter action we are seeing from both teams.
And Brian Williams and Shane Edwards have not seen any rest here for Coach Coco Nugroho.
It's going to wear him down somehow. Here's Williams. Sends it out. Jensen left wide open. No good on the 3. Brownlee securing the rebound for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas.
And that's back-to-back trips where they've settled for the outside shot instead of going to Brian Williams, who had Justin Brownlee as his defender.
Brownlee, the hesitation, the pull-up J, nothing there. Urbistondo gets them another chance.
Another offensive rebound. San Miguel Alab Pilipinas has won the battle of the boards here.
Balkman attacks, flips it up. The tip does not work for Lawrence Domingo. Here comes CLS. Jensen. The floater, the lob rather. Broken up by Alab. Williams puts it on the floor. Williams all the way.
And the times that they've gone to Brian Williams inside are the times that they've dominated inside the paint.
Approaching the last 2 minutes of this game. It is a 4-point contest. Great finish coming up. They go inside. Balkman with a crucial basket.
And the Bachman-Brownlee connection strikes once again. Nice lob pass there. And Ronaldo Balkman does the rest.
34 big points for Ronaldo Balkman to lead San Miguel Alab Pilipinas and give them a 6-point lead. Your ABL will be right back after this. We go back inside Gorkert Jaya. Again, the home of the CLS Knights Indonesia. A minute and 51 left here in the fourth quarter. San Miguel Alab Pilipinas taking a 78-72 lead over the home squad. And again, it's been the Balkman and Brownlee show for San Miguel Alab here in the fourth.
Ronaldo Balkman already with 34 big points to go along with 10 rebounds. Justin Brownlee with that assist. That is his 8th assist, just 2 assists shy of a triple-double here for Justin Brownlee.
Brownlee, despite struggling from the field, 5 out of 14 so far, doing it in different aspects in this game. Oh, they leave Brian Williams wide open. Lucky break for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas there.
And lucky opportunity here for CLS Knights, because that's another 3-point shot that they've gone to, and another 3-point miss.
Battle for the rebound, tapped out of bounds. And last touch on Ronaldo Balkman.
Just a 2-possession game here for the CLS Knights.
A couple of misses off the timeout from the 3-point area. One from Brian Williams and the other one was from Shane Edwards. Both open looks as well. Leash now drives. Leash, that tough shot does not fall, but he got a foul.
Much better decision there coming from Freddie Leash, not to settle for the outside shot, to take it strong to the hole. And now he's going to the line for 2 big free throws to cut this deficit down to 4 with a minute and a half remaining.
So after that 29-point outing for Freddie Leash against Chongsun Kung Fu, he came off the bench tonight, only scoring 4 points. Struggling from the field, 2 out of 9. Knocks down the first free throw. The all-important points here for CLS Knights Indonesia. Playing another close game at home, 1 out of 2 for Freddie Leash.
Big possession right here for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. I would be surprised if they go back to Bachman or Brownlee.
Ray Parks fouled by Mario Wusang.
That's just a second team foul of the CLS Knights. So sideline inbounds.
1 and 12 remaining. Who will close it out here for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas? Timeout on the floor for the visiting squad. They lead it by 5 points. A minute and 12 remaining here in the fourth. Your ABL will be right back. Welcome back to our coverage here. 1:12 remaining in the ball game. It's a 78-73 lead for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. For CLS, you gotta feel the sense of urgency now. You don't want to go down to 3-10 in the season. You're gonna have a hard time catching up on that 6th spot if you do.
All important stop here for CLS Knights. Almost a turnover there for Ronaldo Balkman. You've got 2 shooters for Alab in Somalinog and Orbistondo.
Parks missing the fadeaway jumper. Freddy Leash gives it to Wui Sang. Wui Sang attacks the up and under move. Nothing there for Mario Wui Sang. But last touch on Alab Pilipinas.
And a lucky break there for the CLS Knights as Balkman was stepping on the baseline.
And that was a good shot there. Good drive by Mario Wui Sang. Just missed the shot.
But again, you don't have to go for a hurried 3-point shot right away. Possession is going to go back to you. Need something quality going to the basket, but a steal here for Alab.
Great pick off by Justin Brownlee. Oh, nice find inside. Balkman with a throwdown, and Alab takes the 7-point lead.
And the big men of CLS not getting back in transition. That could be the dagger right there.
Leash fails to answer. 30 seconds remaining. Here's a foul given up by Keith Jensen. CLS not yet in the penalty though. Only the 3rd team foul for them.
And how about that Balkman and Brownlee connection once again? Brownlee with his 9th assist of the ball game, giving Ronaldo Balkman his 36th point.
A major defensive lapse there from the CLS Knights, leaving Balkman all alone, and another foul giving up by Mario Wui Sang. Orbistondo got fouled, and one away from penalty situation are the CLS Knights.
With this impending victory, San Miguel Alab Pilipinas will go to 10-4.
Second team, yes.
CLS Knights will drop to 3-9. Or 3-10 rather.
Brownlee now, just holding it off. And here we go. Balkman, 2 seconds remaining. About 0.7 seconds left. And there you have it. It's over. San Miguel Alab Pilipinas winning another one here in Gor Kertajaya, Surabaya, Indonesia. 80-73 over the tough CLS Knights team. And again, they go up to 10-4 in our team standings. Knocking on the door of both Hong Kong Eastern and Chongsun Kung Fu for that 2nd spot.
And that's going to be the 7th straight win here for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. Again, relying on a gallant stand defensively in that 4th quarter. They limited the CLS Knights to just 13 points while they scored 21 in that 4th quarter. Ronaldo Balkman finishing with 36 points. Another double-double for him, while Justin Brownlee with 16 points, 10 rebounds, and 9 assists. Just 1 assist shy of another triple-double.
Both world imports in full effort to lead this team to victory. Again, this is now 7 wins in a row for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, and they also improve to a 6-1 record on the road. That is an impressive feat for Coach Jimmy Alapag and the rest of his guys. Orbistondo on your screens right now did not do much. Only 3 points and 4 rebounds, but he was there defensively to lock down Mario Wui Sang.
How about Lawrence Domingo? Did not score a lot. 8 points for Domingo, but monster 12 rebounds. Most of those on the offensive glass. He has been one of the X factors here for Coach Jimmy Alapag.
All right, we go back to our coverage here. Again, it's a 7-point victory for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, 80-73. A great balanced effort from this team, and it did not come easy. This victory because CLS mounted a big comeback in the third to even take the lead after 3 quarters, 60-59. But Alab just proving too much, at least offensively, getting off to a hot start in the fourth and finishing it off here in Indonesia.
And Gorgortajaya still continues to be one of the toughest venues to get a win in. It was a struggle for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. It was even just a 2-possession game with about less than 3 minutes to go.
Yep.
So CLS Knights still within striking distance, still with a chance to win. And I believe they just were not able to execute offensively. Remember, they had 3 straight possessions where they went for the outside shot, where they were more effective going with Brian Williams inside the paint. I think those that spelled the difference for them.
Now let's go to Kelly with Bobby Ray Parks Jr. and Ronaldo Balkman. Go ahead, Kelly.
Hi guys, it's back with your girl Keely G. Right now with me I have Bobby and Balkman. So how was this game different from the last game, guys?
We just came in here and we executed. Last game, like I said, when I told y'all we had to be consistent. Today we came in, we've been consistent, and we came out to win.
And you guys won. You guys got your victory. All right. So do you think that your defense won you guys' game tonight?
Well, that's the character and the build of the team is our defense. That's our strength right now and our versatility. We did a good job today of, staying composed and being able to switch and play as a team defensively. The team did a great job today. Bulkmania over here handled his business in the paint. We were just out here to help him guard Brian and everybody that tries to get into the paint. So a great team defense and great team effort.
All right. Congratulations, guys, for your victory, and thank you so much for your time. I'm here, Keely G, and I'll throw it back to you guys.
San Miguel, baby. San Miguel.
Thank you, Keely. Again, a couple of great performers here for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas to lead the team to victory. Bulkmania. That has a good ring to it. Back-to-back 30-point games for Ronaldo Balkman, going for 36 tonight. As we take a look at our final stats.
And you take a look at the assist numbers, 21-15. They did a great job sharing that basketball. In particular, Justin Brownlee with 9 assists. Bobby Ray Parks contributing also in that department. Look at the 3-point field goal, 6 out of 20 for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, 3 out of 25. I think that is crucial also for the CLS Knights. Sandy Corniawan continues his slump, 0 points for the shooter from the CLS Knights.
And again, San Miguel Alab Pilipinas with a victory here. Our leading scorers for the visiting squad, 36 points for Ronaldo Balkman. On the other side, Brian Williams doing a bit of everything. Major numbers for Williams again. 24 points, 17 rebounds. Mario Wuisang with 6 times. And again, Justin Brownlee, like we mentioned earlier, only an assist away from a triple-double. And Lawrence Domingo, great effort in the starting lineup for Coach Jimmy Alapag, and he did deliver 8 points and 12 boards. What a game we witnessed. Another close one, another close loss for the CLS Knights Indonesia. They fall down to 3-10. San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, on the other hand, second team to 10 wins in season number 8.
That's correct, Martin, but make no mistake about it, the CLS Knights have continued to improve with the addition of Shane Edwards, Keith Jensen. They're going to be a force to contend with, especially for that 6th spot, while San Miguel Alab Pilipinas and Bulkmania continues their winning streak. And they're closing in on that number 2 spot here in the ABL.
It was a closer game, not in their first encounter, but again, San Miguel Alab Pilipinas emerging on top, 80-73 to again improve to 10-4 in the season. And on behalf of our coverage team here, my partner Marco Benitez and our courtside reporter Keely G, my name is Martin Javier, saying thank you and good night, live from Gorgortajaya here in Surabaya, Indonesia for your ASEAN Basketball League.
are the eye of the needle. I breathe it all out, then I breathe in. We are the eye of the needle. I'm biding my time, I know the way this goes. I try to stand tall with nothing to lean on. All quiet and still, an echo that goes on. And I'm not taking back all the deeds that I've done. There's a lot that we did wrong, looking back on all of the shit we've done. I cannot believe that it's been so long, that we're in the eye of the needle. When you don't like or love me, I breathe it all out, then I breathe in. When